Well, good morning, everyone. It's top of the hour. Do we have a slide, Dawn? How's everyone doing for this welcome Wednesday? Oh, what an amazing day. The sun is shining. It's my girl day. Get to have lunch with my girls. Oldest daughter's picking me up, and I love having that little extra time with her. Either when I pick her up or she'll pick me up, and we get that little extra half hour on our car trip between here and Brenda's house, and I quite enjoy that. I like that little bit of alone time with my girls. It feels good. I get to influence them. I get to really kind of judge where they are personally and how they're doing, and I know that Tina's doing amazingly well. My girls they are amazing women. They are, aren't they, Dawn? They really are amazing. Your snow is melting. Yeah, ours isn't quite yet. We're not quite at that temperature. I think we're still below zero, but by Saturday it's supposed to be plus 10 here. I love this place, okay? Minus 18. Yeah, there'll be no snow melting today, but that's okay. So it's minus 18. It's going to be plus 10 Saturday. I love it. Welcome Wednesday. Welcome those big, sticky, complicated problems. In them are your most powerful opportunities. How do you look at the challenges in front of you? How do you look at those challenges in front of you? I want to send a shout out to all of our new guests here today. James, I believe, is new. Oh, my Skype just crashed. I love Skype. James is new. He's calling in from British Columbia. Kay is new. She's calling in from Texas. And we're really excited to have you with us. And I'm looking at Donna, you're back. Donna, great to have you back with us. Hope you had a great vacation. Potato's fairly new, but been here before. Terry's fairly new, but been here before. Celsius Potato, I'm up in Canada. Hey, Randy. Great to see you here today. Yeah, it's great to have you back, Donna. We've missed you. So we have been studying, practicing, talking about, reviewing this book, Ask and It Is Given. A plus 10 is warm. So plus 20 is about 70 degrees. Plus 10, I mean, it's not that warm. It's probably about 50. I don't know. But it's Calgary. So plus 10, and it'll be nice. You'll just need a little shirt. It's Calgary. It's plus 10, and it'll be dry and sunny and absolutely beautiful. Our sun is so warm here. 85 degrees in Florida. I could do with some of that right now. But I got to tell you, it's been so sunny here and beautiful. How many of you have this amazing book? I just want to see. James K., you're new here, so you probably don't yet. Potato, I don't think you do yet. And Terry, do you guys have this book? Okay, not yet. So, Kay, put this on your list of things to do in paperback. It's about 15 bucks, maybe less. Probably less if you're in the States, okay? Probably 10 bucks in the States. I can get it from Amazon for 10 bucks or less. Good job. Go order it right now, Potato. Seriously, I don't know how to say this, and I tell it to everybody. I become a broken record about it. This is my new broken record because I really feel everyone needs to have this, play these games. Do you agree? Which reminds me, I need to call my cousin and make sure she's playing the games. I said, you know, read the book. I asked her to read the book. I said, but if your mindset is not there that you can actually get through the book to really understand what's happening, then skip right to the games and start playing some of these games. The games are amazing. Called Ask and It Is on our website, Kay, at the Morning Motivator. Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. These are the teachings of Abraham. And as we always say, whether you buy into the fact that Esther is channeling Abraham, and if she's not, she's really quite an amazing woman. Whether you buy into that or not, whether some of the ideas, it's these words, okay, in these games, all of it makes sense. All of it makes sense. The games make sense, and we're all noticing that as we start buying into these words, things are changing in our life. It's really quite okay. Potato, if I may make a recommendation, Potato, getting the Kindle version is fine. You need the book. Everybody agree with me? Yes or no? I mean, the Kindle version's fine. I have the digital version on my phone, on my tablet, on my computer. You need the book. You need to have the book, okay? You have to have the book. And the reason is, I mean, I love to have the digital with me because it's with me wherever I go, okay? I can just go on my phone here, and I can click on my Kobo account and bring up the book and reference anything I want. If I'm sitting stuck at a doctor's office or the dentist's office or waiting anywhere, I can bring it up on my phone and read it. But when I'm really practicing and playing and studying, I want to touch the book. Okay, my book is all written in. You can see here, so you can see there's my book, right? And there's, see, it's all written in, and I've got little bookmarks, and it's just, I need to touch it, and there's something about it. There's something about reading it, I use a pencil, not a pen, and writing and marking things and saying, that meant something to me. It's harder to do in digital, but there it is. You can see there's my Kobo, and there's the book. Ask, and it is given. I just click on that. Really looking forward to getting a new phone. I've decided that I am going to go with a Note, the Samsung Note. This is a Samsung S2, and I know the S4 and the S5 is coming out, and it's a little bit bigger than this, but it's really not that much different. It's probably a little faster. This is only 2 years old, if you can believe it. 2-year-old technology, and it's old technology. Is that crazy or what? This is how old it is. It's still trying to load my book. Goodness grief. Flipping pages. Yeah, underlining. It's just better in every way. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm in line with Jim Rohn. I mean, it's just something I feel very personal about when I have all the books here. You know, I've been flipping through and reading Money and the Law of Attraction. I have all her books, and I also have them all on my phone. So they're all in digital format as well as I like to touch a book. So Kobo's not working for me on my phone today. That's fine. Not an iPhone. I'm not an Apple fan, and I don't. Well, number one, this phone is bigger than the Apple. All right, so I have a bigger screen. The Note is even bigger, and with the Note, Don has a Note, and that's why I know I want to have a Note, because I've used his, and it's like having a computer. I have a tablet as well. I do have a tablet. Where's my tablet? No. What did I do with it? Oh, it's out there. I have a Samsung tablet. So that's probably the other reason I have a Samsung phone. So that they can connect. And I think when I get a new computer, I'll probably get a Samsung computer so they can all connect. I quite like Samsung. I'm doing my best to make the best of it. How does that resonate with you? We're on page 118 of Ask and It Is Given. And for those who are new here today, I'll just let you know a little bit of the format of the room. It's not really structured. This is a very informal, open chat, and we're just here to talk and share and discover ways to help us feel better. And I am looking for anyone to come up after our meditation this morning and share what's been happening in their lives and how Morning Motivator has helped them see things differently, or just share what's been happening in your life. So we talk and read a bit in the first 15 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes, and then we go into our guided meditation. I read a little bit from our book. This is the user guide, Getting into the Vortex, and we have 4 recordings that we listen to that are the guided meditations that are part of this Getting into the Vortex, and they are well-being, general well-being, physical well-being, relationship well-being, and financial well-being, and we listen to one each day, Monday to Friday. And the reason we do that is because everybody committed to listening to the guided meditation every day, because Abraham recommends that you meditate every day. And so I had a brilliant idea, because I get them once in a while, that why don't we take part of our call, since we're here every day anyway, and do the meditation together. How many of you have noticed that that has made a profound change in your life? That you've noticed things happening at a much faster level because we're doing that meditation every day? Even if it's just you just noticing that you just feel better all the time. You're not stressed out anymore. You're not anxious anymore. You're noticing that things around you aren't crappy anymore. You're not focused on the things that are sticky and complicated and problems. You don't see problems anymore. Isn't that awesome? Page 118. Those who are watching you might feel better if they understood that you have no intention of remaining in your state of anger. Now, we've been talking about the emotional scale. So those who are new today, some of this is we're a little bit ahead of you. But we've been talking about the emotional scale and how anger is a better feeling than depression, and how other people really don't understand what you're going through. If they knew that your greater plan is to move through your anger and then through frustration, through overwhelmment, to optimism, to belief, and onward to your knowing that all is well, they might be more patient with where you are right now. There are many people who just naturally move from the powerless feeling of depression or fear into anger as a sort of self-surviving mechanism. But when they are met with so much disapproval from family members, friends, counselors, with respect to the inappropriateness of their anger, they return to the feeling of powerlessness, only to repeat the cycle again and again, from depression to anger, to depression to anger, to depression to anger. I have to admit, I've been in that cycle before. The key to regaining your wonderful feeling of personal empowerment and control is to decide right now that no matter how good or how bad you are feeling, that you are going to do your best to make the best of it. Reach for the best feeling thought that you have access to right now. And as you do that again and again, in a short period of time, you will find yourself in a very good feeling place. And that is just the way it works. Sound pretty simple? Reach for the best feeling thought that you have access to right now. I always say, look around you. Find something that feels good to look at. Find something to focus on that feels good. Because I promise you that the more you work on feeling good, the better you're going to feel. And the better you feel, what you look at, what you observe changes. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Well, as Esther says, as Abraham says, I am where I am and it's okay. I am who I am and it's okay. I am where I am and it's okay because I am where I am. I can only be where I am and I am where I am. We sure are, Donna. I'm going to start putting the recordings in. I'm actually going to be putting them up on YouTube. So I think I may go and create a YouTube channel. I don't know. I mean, my account allows me to put up longer videos. So I may just keep my account and start uploading the Morning Motivator videos there, or get Dawn to do it. Way to go, Potato. Let us know when you get it, okay? Because it, like, seriously, I don't know how to explain it. And it's not even that there's more money coming in, although there is, and it isn't that, you know, there's different blessings happening all the time, although there is. It's how I feel. It's how I've been feeling every day. It's how I've noticed that my energy goes up and it changes, and that I can recognize when I don't feel 100% or my thoughts aren't where I want them to be. And I find it easier and easier and easier to get back into that good feeling place. How did I get to this page? Why did it move? I did not change this slide. I don't know why it changed, but the universe is telling me that we need to remind ourselves to ask the universe every day, bring me ideas, help me rendezvous with other like-minded people. Look around the room. Here we are. Help me be aware of my power, 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 power. You are so powerful. Who's responsible for everything in your life? Who is responsible for all the good, all the bad, everything that's ever gone wrong in your life, every situation you've ever experienced? Who's responsible for that? You guys are smart. I can't fool you, can I? That's right. It's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not your relative's fault. It's not your spouse's fault. It's not your sibling's fault. It's nobody's fault. And only you can make those changes. Guide me to thoughts that are in harmony with my desires, my core desires. Bring me evidence of how all this works in comfortable, humorous, and very delicious ways. I like the delicious part. Evidence to me is parking spaces. Oh, that's the easiest one to do, actually, Donna. That's the easiest one to manifest, and I don't know why more people don't do it. So we're going to go into our meditation very shortly here. I'm just going to read from page 120 of the user guide, Getting into the Vortex, just a little book. It goes along with the CD that has the guided meditations. So there are 4 meditations we can listen to. There's general well-being, physical well-being, relationships, and money. So let me know which one you think you'd like to listen to today. They're pretty much all the same. When others lash out at you in anger, with words or action, their battle is not with you, but with themselves. And if you do not take their behavior personally, understanding it is their personal battle, in time, they'll leave you out of it. Oh, we all want relationships today. Okay. It always feels good to observe another person who's feeling good. And when his or her happiness is associated with your behavior, it can feel especially good to you. You are an uplifter. And it feels good to be part of uplifting another. But if you encourage others to believe that their happiness is dependent upon your behavior, you are doing a very big disservice to them and to yourself. You will eventually grow weary of attempting the impossible task of keeping others happy, for as their demands on you increase, you will lose your important sense of being free. And often, since you are the one present in their lives trying to help, when they do not feel better, they blame you. There's a few of you here going, oh my goodness, that just hits home. Everyone holds a mix of opinions, beliefs, and expectations on a myriad of subjects. When you give your attention to something, that vibration becomes activated and comes to the forefront, so to speak. And the more often you focus upon it and cause it to come to the forefront, the more dominant it becomes. You have the option of making a good feeling aspect of another person dominant in your vibration, or of making a bad feeling aspect dominant in your vibration. And whatever aspect you regularly choose will become the vibrational basis of your relationship. Did you get that? When your happiness becomes your highest priority, and so you deliberately keep active the best feeling aspects of others, you will train your vibrational frequency in such a way that they will not be able to rendezvous with you in any way that does not feel good when it happens. When you look at others and see a different side of them, a different side of them emerges. That's what we're saying here. The only way for anyone to be consistently happy is to understand that the feelings of happiness is simply about alignment with the source who is within. When you are in your vortex of creation, you are lined up with all that you have become and with everything that you have asked for. There simply is no substitute for that alignment. Kay, I know you said you'd love to listen to the financial one, and I'm just going to put the website here for you because the guided meditations are all here. You'll find them at the top. It says Guided Meditations, Motivator.com. Okay, so you'll be able to listen to them anytime. But today, Consensus says they want relationships, so we'll do some relationships today. Let me find it. I had to reload them all. Physical, guided, money. Oh, there it is, relationships. All right. So before we start, I want to remind you to just sit back, relax in your chair, be comfortable, but not asleep. You want to focus on your breathing, and the breathing goes to the music. 3 beats breathing in, 5 beats breathing out, and the reason for that is to mess you up, so that you have to focus on your breathing, because when you're focused on your breathing, you're not thinking. And when you're not thinking, you're putting yourself in that state of allowing and of feeling good. And so sit back, We'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Enjoy.
Welcome. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is nice to have this opportunity to visit about relationships. Breathe in, breathe out. There is no subject of greater significance to you than relationships, for without others you could not be you. Breathe in, breathe out. The others with whom you share your planet are of tremendous value to you, even when you want different things. Your Earth environment is large enough to accommodate all of the variety of interests, beliefs, and desires. Breathe in, breathe out. Your differences are of great advantage in the stimulation of new ideas and are important to your expansion. Breathe in, breathe out. You came here eagerly anticipating the expansion that would be born from your interaction with others. Breathe in, breathe out. When you understand the value of differing opinions, you will reap immediate value from every relationship. And since you cannot make them change to please you, appreciating them where they are will give you ease. Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes it seems like others have the power to negatively affect your experience, but that is never true. Breathe in, breathe out. Only your response to them has the power to pinch you off from the naturally good-feeling person you are. Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes others believe that their happiness depends upon your response to them, but that is never true. If you encourage them to believe that and stand on your head to please them, you don't help them or you. Breathe in, breathe out. When you expect another to succeed without the benefit of your help, you see them as their source sees them. Breathe in, breathe out. When you believe another needs your help and you shore up their weakness with your strength, you help them not. Breathe in, breathe out. When you look for another's strengths, even when they are hard to find, your attention to them amplifies them. And in time, because of the spotlight you have shined, those strengths will become apparent to others as well. Breathe in. Breathe out. When others lash out at you in anger, with words or action, their battle is not with you, but with themselves. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you do not take their behavior personally, understanding it is their personal battle, in time they'll leave you out of it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sometimes you think it is important what others think of you, and so you work to extract approval from them. There is really little that you can do to keep their approval coming, for it is never about you, but about them. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you will release all concern about how others feel about you and focus only upon how you feel about them, you will unearth your core understanding of who you really are, and you will discover what true freedom really is. Breathe in. Breathe out. At your core, you are more alike than different, for you share a common thread of source and love and expansion. If you feel threatened by another, that threat is not real, for only you can stop the flow of your natural well-being. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you insist on looking for positive aspects in others, in time, only positive aspects can be shown to you. For you will have incrementally adjusted your vibrational point of attraction, and by law, that must be so. Breathe in. Breathe out. It is certain that you can find the relationships that you desire, but first, there is something very important that you must do. You must become a vibrational match to the qualities that you seek, because what comes to you always matches you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus on the best you can in others, and when characteristics you want are missing, practice seeing them anyway. When you practice the thoughts of the things that you desire, they must show up in your experience. It is law. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are doing extremely well. The relationships that you seek are flowing to you. Relax and enjoy the unfolding. Feel appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. Breathe in. For the next few minutes, letting the music guide you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in the vortex.
Well, that was magnificent, wasn't it? My sound bars are, oh, there they are. Incredible, it really was. So did it help you to realize that how other people feel has nothing to do with you, and what other people have nothing to do with you? It's about them. It's their journey, and you have no place in that. When you look at others and you see something different in them, that is what will come out. That is what you will start to see. That's what will manifest in your life. Those negative things will not appear anymore when you start focusing on the good. And sometimes that's a challenge, isn't it? Incredible. Maybe you're trying to be a little French. You needed that, Kay. Well, I'm glad that we played that, even though you thought you wanted to listen to financial, right? So for our new guests here today, James, Kay, Wanda, how did you enjoy that so far? And I want to know if we have anyone that wants to come up today and share how these guided meditations are making a change in their life. I know you guys are pretty shy. And it's funny because we've had this talk before. If we were on a phone call, you'd be more in tuned or more likely to come up. And so I do want to remind you that down at the bottom of the page, near where you see my name, where it says Talk Now on the left, there are two icons. One of them is a video icon. And if you click that video icon, the video doesn't show and we will only hear your amazing voice. Wanda says it was just what she needed, and Kay said it was perfect and well aligned with what I've been needing reassurance on. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Kay, because we all need to be reassured regularly. We all need to be reminded because we're just simply, remember, victims of old habits, okay? I can't be sure this system works, has been learned. I'm not sure what you mean, Potato. It absolutely works. What the games you play in this book and what they're teaching in this book works. It's been working for me. And Don and I have always both been of the minds that we create our own reality, we create what we want. That's why writing goals down is so important. How do you think people become successful? Do you think it's magic? Do you think they have something you don't have, Potato? I'm just curious. Do you think that those people out there, those millionaires and billionaires, do you think that they have something you don't have? Just curious. I want to know how to give my input for your request. I'm not sure what you mean, Potato. Oh, the system for talking. Did you check your microphone and video today, Potato? So if you click on settings and see if you can hear yourself, you should be able to speak and hear yourself. All right. So you want to share, just come up for us just a few minutes and just share with us how Morning Motivator has helped you in some way. Come on up, Potato. We'd love to hear from you. Not sure what's going on, Potato, but again, no, we cannot hear you and we cannot see you. So when you click on settings, do you see yourself and hear yourself? Not just me. You shouldn't hear just me. You should hear yourself over top of me. I'm wondering if you do. Just curious. Does anyone else want to come up today? We really are trying to get Potato to come up. He has something he wants to share with us. He's quite excited about it. All right, so you have to get that working, Potato. Until you get that working, it's not going to work to click the Talk Now button. You have to click the settings. Maybe you have to change the drop-down menu to select your webcam, whatever it is you need to do, or your headset. All right, so you have to make sure it's working in the settings. Then it'll work when you click Talk Now. Randy, I knew I could count on you. And I know there's lots of, because we haven't heard from you in quite a while, so I'm really excited to hear what's happening in your life, Randy, to hear how things have changed. So come on up, Randy May, in the Vortex.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm here, and things are going great. I really love living in my vortex. I've been a I've been coming to the Morning Motivator for a long. I don't know how long, but it has become a staple in my life. Every day I know that at 9 o'clock I know exactly where I'm going to be, and it's here because it helps me to refresh all of my energy and my focus for the rest of the day. And as far as I'm concerned, um, I'd love to do it 7 days a week, but I know that I have to do some of this on my own, and that's what I do on Saturdays and Sundays. I do my meditations by myself, and I do some reading, and that's okay. But my life has changed an awfully lot since I started following these guidelines of Abraham. And one of the most um, amazing things that I've noticed was I had some surgery in December, and I really focused an awfully lot on my physical well-being. And my surgeon and my GP, I saw my GP on Monday for the last time, and he said he was just amazed. He couldn't believe that my healing was so rapid. He said most generally with the type of situation that I had, that it would be 4 to 6 months before a patient would be dismissed and not needed to be seen again. And I saw him for the last time on Mondays. I just can't believe that this is you're at your age, that you're healing so rapidly. And I just smiled at him and said, well, I know why. And he said, I know, it's that stuff you've been telling me about, isn't it? And I said, yes. And he agreed to allow me to give him, I ordered the guidebook and meditation CDs, and I suggested to him that he buy the book Asking It Is Given, and he seems very open to it. He's a really cool GP, and I don't think that has anything to do with the fact, Janet, that he's from Canada, but I know that you'll say that it does, so I'll give you that. It's probably because he's a Canadian. Canadians are very special people, so Canadians will even sing you happy birthday online in front of hundreds of people if they want to. So you know, I'm just thrilled to death. I pulled out of my depressionary cycles. I've kind of stayed on top of things on a daily basis. I don't know when's the last time I had a thought that didn't feel good to me. And one of the neatest things that I know is even what thoughts I have that feel good, I can always find one that feels better. And the key to that is that I have to be looking. And I do, and I like it. And I just can't say enough for what I'm going my life following Abraham. And I'm glad that I've made the contact. I wouldn't have gotten it into my life if it wasn't for the Morning Motivator. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to be here. I'm pretty quiet most of the time. I live alone, and I'm not used to a lot of interaction with people, but I really enjoy coming up and sharing with you guys, and I enjoy hearing what you have to say. So I hope more of you will take the mic and come up and tell us what's going on. No matter how trivial you think it might seem, it may mean a lot to some of us. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Get in your vortex, stay in your vortex, and thank you so much, Janet, for sponsoring the Morning Motivator, and I hope it continues forever. Thank you.
Well, if we were in a real room, we'd all be clapping right now and going, "Yay, Randy, that was awesome!" You know what I love the most, Randy, is that I know what a struggle it's been for you to get out of that funk, because we've talked before. I know what it's been like, and to hear you say that you're out of that cycle. You can't remember the last time you had that cycle. It's bringing tears to my eyes, Randy. There's nothing makes me feel better than having that happen. You think you have it set up now, potato? We do have time. And Randy, your leadership is amazing, and the fact that you have stuck with this, and that's the key. The key is there's nothing magic here, and Randy hit the nail on the head. He can't remember the last time he had a thought that didn't feel good, and every thought he has that feels good, he knows there's a better one out there, and he chooses to look for good feeling thoughts, and that's all it takes. To recognize this thought doesn't feel good, I'm going to find a better feeling thought. It takes practice. If you're down at the bottom, it takes a little practice, doesn't it, Randy? And I know in all my heart that these guided meditations are helping all of that, and the talking about it and discussing it and really reaffirming to you that you have the choice to make those different feeling thoughts, to choose better feeling thoughts. That's your choice. You can choose to feel thoughts, to think thoughts that feel terrible, or you can choose thoughts that feel better. And thank you for your support, Randy. It was a pleasure to be able to sing happy birthday to you. So thank you for being here to take that in. So, Potato, let's see if we can get your sound working. We'd love to hear from you. Well, I was waiting for Potato to come up, and it doesn't appear he's going to click that button. So are you out there, Potato? Let me know in the text chat if you are. Wednesday is my favorite day. You click the same button as always, Potato, the Talk Now button. Okay, I'll release it, and you click the Talk Now button, and then it'll bring up your video and your microphone. Okay, so you've already clicked the settings and you're working. We should be good to go. Give it a try. I really don't know why it's not working for you, Potato. I don't know what browser you're using. I recommend that you use Firefox or Chrome. IE doesn't seem to be working with the rooms these days, although that may have changed because they have redone all the room. This is an updated room. But maybe you could just type a little bit in the text chat about what's going on with you. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll get it working. It should be working. I don't know why it's not. And you should see the Talk Now button when yeah, Donna's came on, so I don't know why it's not working for you, Potato. We'll have to try again. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day, huh? Yeah, maybe tomorrow will be a better day. I don't know what it is, but you can let us know in the text chat. We'd love to hear from you. Anybody else want to come up? Are you guys having good things happening in your life? That's what I want to hear about. Are you noticing that things change, that life is better, that you feel better? That's how it is, helping you feel better. Well, thank you, Potato. Consistency is the key. Doing it all the time. Practice, practice, practice. Because remember, do you remember? You got a lot of bad habits to change. Am I right? I mean, I do. I still have bad habits to change. They've been, I'm going to be 60 years old this year. That's a lot of years of bad habit. So give yourselves a break and recognize, follow these teachings. If you simply reach for better feeling thoughts, stop looking at others. It's not their fault, and it's not their job to make you feel better, okay? It's not their job to make you feel better. It's not their job to make you feel bad. It's your job. It's your job. All right, who was it that was going to come up? Jay. We would love to hear from you, Jay. Tell us, because I know you're fairly new to our Morning Motivator. You've just come on board, and you came in here just fully open, and it's been wonderful to already see the changes in you. So anxious to hear it from you, Jay. Come up and talk for a moment.
Well, thank you, Janet, and I'd just like to say thank you. People, I'm new to this morning motivator in the past week and a half, 2 weeks here. Some of you have probably known me in my association with Janet and other people with prior companies that we have up there. And probably I was known as very boisterous, egocentrical, kind of bigoted in my way and everything. And I had my ups and downs, peaks and valleys, because of what I believed in and what my personality projected to everybody. As a result, I lost a lot of relationships along the way, a lot of business partners along the way. You see, a lot of people really don't know too much about me, the inner me and everything, and what has affected me in my past life. Of course, everybody knows that I have been a former paramedic with the municipal fire department up in rural Wisconsin. And there's been a couple incidents that have personally affected me that drawn on PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. And because of those horrific scenes and visuals that I had to partake in with all the blood and gore, and some of them that affect my personal family, the women I loved most in my life, my wife, my fiance, and my daughter. And I witnessed all of them firsthand, and it triggered PTSD. In very much stressful times, I had flashbacks of seeing my daughter's bloody face in that, and I couldn't take it anymore. Finally, I sought help just recently, I would say a couple of months ago, with behavioral health therapist in hospital. And during that time of inpatient for about a 2-week period, I was exposed to cognitive therapy, and more of not your traditional cognitive therapy in a therapeutical background, but more in a spiritual background. And that's basically where everything started to click. My religious faith is Christian and everything, and reading the Bible and everything, passages there started coming to me, and it clicked. And then one of the most unique things that happened, I was exposed while I was in the hospital to Mr. Greg Braden. He's a philosopher, scientist on there too, and how to communicate with the matrix or your vortex, your language of your God. And that hit the key point. It triggered it up here too. I practiced that, and all of a sudden, peace, happiness, joy just saturated my life. Call it the Holy Spirit, call it the vortex, call it the injuries, but basically I was now engaged with the language of God. And by using things and just dwelling that I have already received them, the emotional feeling, that feeling is the key to prayer. That feeling that I have already received that, and just dwell that for moments at a time. We have been encouraged with 17 seconds times 4 because it's very difficult to maintain that thought for 17 seconds. So I just do it throughout the day. I think of happiness. Whenever I see happy things like children playing or whatever, I tell myself, I am that and stuff. And that's what I have become in my inner beliefs. And coming out of the hospital up there, everything has been happening my way. Favoritism, prosperity, very little mini successes and everything. And recently I've been involved in an opportunity that's growing. I have met some great people, and by coming to Janet's class every day, that is reinforcing basically the beliefs that I believe in and the happiness, because confidence comes with repetition, and repetition builds confidence, confidence builds enthusiasm, and enthusiasm sells. And by having that and adopting that belief and projecting that personality out there, I'm attracting amazing people in my life. One of them is the new time visitor here today. It was unique how the matrix or the vortex, how my source energy has attracted her and everything to me, and other like people in my core leadership group. It's really phenomenal, and I cannot stress the repetition to build it, to make it a habit by coming back here to the Morning Motivator Show. Thank you, Janet, so very much for taking me under your wing. And Don, you too, for mentoring me and encouraging me and doing all the things, and even being the teacher with a little bit of discipline, you know, with the ruler slapping my wrist because I tend to push the envelope sometimes. But again, complete joy and happiness and love goes out to each and every one of you and to Janet and Don. Thank you.
Well, I can't think of a better way to end our show. Holy cow. What a high note to go out on, Jay. That's amazing because I've known you for quite a few years and we've been up through those hills and valleys together. And I do know your story, and it is quite an amazing story. You're quite an amazing man, and I'm so excited to see the turnaround for you, to see you see it, to come up here and be able to say that, to be able to say that, you know what, I used to be this way, and I recognized that I was that way, and I wasn't a happy person. Were you, Jay? There wasn't a lot of happy there. There was happy moments, but it was just this undeliberate actions, shall we say, right? And then you decided that that's not Jay. I need to be in touch with my heart, my soul, my true inner being, my true source. And I am so excited that you're here and going on this journey with us and sharing with us and just being more of who you are, because you are an amazing person, just like everyone here. You are all absolutely perfect the way you are. You are absolutely amazing. And remember, no one else is responsible for where you are. Nobody else put you there. It's nobody else's fault. You are where you are because of the thoughts you've been thinking all your life. And those thoughts are simply habit because of your environment, because of the way you were raised. And you, at any time, can make the decision to change those thoughts. And that's what I'm going to encourage you to do, to take control of those thoughts, to welcome those big, sticky, complicated problems. It's okay. Find the good in them, because in them are your most powerful. Be open to the lessons presented to you. I love you all. You make my days full. You really do. You make my heart full. There are not enough words to express what it means to me that you come here every day. And thank you for inviting others. It means the world to me. You mean the world to me. Enjoy this video. Let me see, what will I bring up? The room is so different now that the videos are presented differently, so they don't quite look, getting them up, not quite the same anymore. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. We'll have a little Kate Edmondson, be the change that you want to see. We'll see you back here for Morning Motivator tomorrow. Have an amazing day, everyone.